at Gillette Stadium. Ashland is the Super Bowl champion of Division 6 and the winner of the Aganis Trophy. Everybody from William Cunis Field on the campus of Ashland High School. It's Ashland High School Varsity Sports on WACA-TV. Tonight, the Ashland Public Schools and the Tri-Valley League present varsity football, with the Ashland Clockers hosting the Hopkinton Hillers. Bob Thacker and Rob Silver with you. And Rob, you know, I love high school sports. I love all high school sports. You know, I mean, I even like field hockey.
I know. I've seen you. I've heard you doing it all. You did field hockey in the fall.
I like it. I like it for the involvement, for the kids to be on a team and all the fun of being on a team. And I like every high school sport. But there's no, you got to admit, there's nothing like football.
I agree.
You know, the whole school pulls together for football.
Absolutely.
It's something to do with the number of games. There's only 10, 12 games.
We're going to get.
It's great to see the Clockers back on the field. This is their second game of the season, and they're playing Hopkinton on their second game. It's only a 5-game season, and we're playing in March and April, and that's going to be it. But it's just thrilling to see them back on the field.
And this is sophomore Avery Ravitch kicking away with the wind, so he should go a decent distance, and it does.
Inside the 5 and through the end zone.
And the rare touchback.
It's been a breezy day in the Clocktown. Football returning to the Clocktown for the first time since, I guess, November of 2019. The Clockers finishing that 2019 season in historic fashion with a Super Bowl win at Gillette Stadium. And they played last week. They played out down at Westwood, Rob, and you saw a pretty good game.
Yeah, we did. I mean, anytime you come away with a shutout, it's a good game. Definitely some things to build on. We'll give a quick recap after we get a break in the action.
Who's got the nod, Rob, at quarterback?
That's Matt Neal, and I believe it's Lopez, possibly Frank in motion.
Neal's going to go with up the middle on the first play. A tough run and a few yards gained. Matt was the backup to Dominic Cavanaugh last season. And the Clockers also use another quarterback. They use number 2, Luke Herder. At least they used him last week against Westwood, and he had a good passing game last week. He passed for about 115 yards.
Yeah. And it was Lopez. Coming into the game right now, Evan Ledichevsky and senior Nick Fish, who probably recognize the name, all the Ashland Clocker fans from the ice, the hockey team.
Yes, he was the leading scorer.
Decided to give football a try.
For the hockey Clockers. Neal in a passing formation, or so it seems. A man goes in motion.
That's Fish in motion.
And something bad happened, an illegal procedure against the Clockers.
Yeah, pointing to one of the offensive linemen.
Nick is number 6. Matty Neal, the quarterback, is number 12.
And on the front line for the Clockers, it's number 79, Sean Harding, number 50, Sam Gorman, 51, Patrick DeLores, and number 59, junior Dylan Drozek.
Clockers suddenly in the second and 12. The penalty hurts them. And Matt wants to run. He had a little space. He goes wide. He gets about 3 yards.
Tackled by a bunch of the different Hillers.
Fish enters and Gigliotti enters, number 40.
I believe it was Elias Pereira with the first hit.
Clockers definitely in a passing situation here against the wind.
Yeah.
Rob, you got to be careful.
That's what I was just going to. I'm guessing Hopkinton won the toss and decided, well,
As
I
they
don't
do
know.
now. I know.
Yeah.
I missed the toss.
But this is tough either way. You almost have to pass, and then you're kicking into this really a gusty wind.
Look for something short.
It's Gigliotti in motion.
It's the naked boot. He's open, but he doesn't get it. Not an easy catch.
No, it
Hit him
wasn't.
in
It
the
was
hands.
Pass intended for Griffin Frank from Neal. Just kind of wrong shoulder. Couldn't make the adjustment.
And now the wind again, Rob. You got a punt now into the wind.
Yeah, I'll look for maybe one of those low line drive kicks off the side of the foot. Anything up in the air is almost going to go backwards at this point. The wind going from almost the corner of the Hopkinton end zone to the corner of the Clocker end zone, but definitely in the face.
Good snap. Low. Very smart.
Yeah,
gets a small Ashland bounce and almost gets to midfield, but not quite. And the Hillers start in a good spot.
About 28 yards on the punt from Matt Neal.
Not horrible.
No, under those circumstances, that's pretty much all you can hope for.
That's right.
But yeah, last week 23-0 was the final against Westwood.
Down there, Clark is pitching a defensive shutout. And
Lopez.
That's a good way to start the season defensively.
Yeah. Lopez had started the scoring with a 10-yard run, and Neal had a keeper, and Herter passed to Frank, and a field goal by Giglia to cap the scoring. The Salyards decides to keep it.
The roll and run, Rob. It's a staple.
You're going to hear that name a lot today, Salyards and Mulvaney.
They do most of the damage for the Hillers. Salyards is number 3.
Yeah. And keep an eye on 27, Cam Mulvaney. And Luke Herter on the tackle.
They're both captains, along with several others.
And that's the...
it's a 5-yard gain, which is a good first down gain.
Yeah, it gives them the options.
From the shotgun, the quick pitch. Mulvaney's got it. He goes outside, doesn't get the first down, but gets positive yardage.
Frank on the tackle.
And now it's 3rd and short.
You know, I watched the little bit of the film, well, not film, but the replay of the game against Holliston and Hopkinton. Hopkinton almost seems like they leave early, these receivers. It's just,
a running start?
You what? I mean, it seems like almost every play.
That's an art, right?
It's incredible how well they time it and get off the ball. I didn't see any flags, but it's almost, it doesn't look right. Oh, well. Oh.
There you go. That had to happen, right? That's a big 5.
That's probably on the center there.
It doesn't look like any kind of re-huddle, so the same play is going to be called. Same formation. Cole Salyards. He's got it. He wants to pass. He rolls right. He lets it fly. He's got a man open, and he couldn't catch the ball.
Brian Keefe.
Brian wants that one to be replayed. And
you know, I wonder if the sun bothered him a little bit looking back. But that was one of the Achilles heels last week, too, against Westwood. They first play of the game was a deep pass. They beat the defense.
That ball was on the money.
They dropped a couple that could have gone for touchdowns, one late in the game that wouldn't have mattered, but it's just something that's plagued the defense over the years for Ashland.
This is a 4th down play. The Hill is going for it. It's a quick kick.
And it takes an Ashland bounce.
Oh, boy. Jeez, that's tough. That's a, what does that end up, about a net of 15 yards?
Yeah, just about.
Clockers start again.
So a very fortuitous start.
So we'll have to call that. That's not a 3 and out. It's a 4 and out. I guess it is a 3 and out. They punted. Why would you do that, Rob?
Well, I don't think they expected the 15-yard net result.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have a better chance of kicking it through the end zone on a regular punt?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that was his intention. I just think it was a missed kick. His quarterback option.
But there's a heck of a lot more traffic the way it was done, Rob, you know?
Right. Yeah.
You're not by yourself back there.
I don't know if they're worried about the wind. A long snap into this wind could also be kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Or
we'll have to ask the coach after.
And they may be trying to catch them off guard.
Or maybe it was the quarterback's idea. Maybe it was an option.
Well, I did the JV game, and the Westwood quarterback punted out of that same formation, and he was very effective. So we have.
But Salyard almost stepped up, didn't he? He stepped into the pocket.
Excuse me, I think we have Herder in at quarterback.
Luke's got it.
Hands off to Lopez.
Luke is a junior.
He
was on the team last year, but if he took any varsity snaps, I missed them.
Yeah.
But he's emerged in the Westwood game as both as a quarterback and as a linebacker.
Yeah. And Jacob Sokol on the tackle for the Hillers. Good job hanging on, but third and manageable. 3.5, say.
Let's see what the Clockers do. Herder had a good passing game last week. He wants to pass. Over the middle. He really wasn't open, and the pass was not on target.
Intended for Nick Fish.
So Fish, a big part of the offense here in the early going, Rob. I can see that. You know, when I was watching the highlights of the Westwood game, I really love seeing that the same passes that worked so great last year with Dominic Kevin, our quarterback, worked again against Westwood a week ago down there. Oh,
little trickery.
That was a beautiful play that went nowhere. What a shame. A fourth down play fails, and the Clockers have to turn it over on downs. Man, oh man, that went nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Was it a fake fumble? It was like a hidden ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just handed it back under right to Frank. Avoided one tackle, but
I used to try to put the ball under my jersey, Rob, but I think that's illegal now.
Right.
I think I was the reason it became illegal. Up the middle.
Mulvaney.
He had a head of steam up, but the Clockers cut him down.
Yeah, looked like Herder.
Molesky was there, 21 at the end.
5:20 to go in this first quarter.
Rob, who are our linebackers?
The linebackers?
As Herder's in there, right? Or is that 3? Who is that?
Yeah, it's tough to see. We have Gillis, number 9. Outside on the end. Salyard's 4 yards deep. Drops to pass.
2nd and 6. He wants to go. Open again. Too long. Much better coverage, though, but he was slightly open.
Yeah, Nick Lachesi, the intended target.
Dalloway had him.
Definitely tough to pass with this wind and the gust.
I think, Jeff, you know, I went by a house today. The last few days I went by a house, and it's got a helmet, a football helmet, national football helmet
right there on Myrtle Street.
And Jeff Dalloway's name is on the hat.
I don't think he lives there. I think he just puts his hat and helmet and thing all over the town. You'll see a bunch of them. No, that's his place right there on Myrtle.
This was on Oregon Road.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm correct.
Well, it could be.
Nice tackle.
Could be a relative too, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Or a friend or anybody.
Joseph Carraza gets knocked for.
I'm thinking of getting like a pair of microphones, a cutout of a microphone for us.
Oh, yeah.
In front of our houses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I also saw during the pandemic year, I also saw a lot of Ashland A's painted on driveways. Did you see any of those, Ron?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
They started that a couple years ago, part of the fundraiser.
Yeah, I liked it.
I do too. I do too. So
4th down.
This time I think they're going to go. 4th and a 4-yard.
In and out he goes. It's a straight handoff.
Mulvaney.
Let Mulvaney
Nice.
do it.
Gets tripped up.
They stopped him. They cut him down. He kept fighting, but he didn't get there. It's Ashland ball.
Letachevsky and Drozek on the stop.
Wow. Well, a defensive battle. What?
It's good to be playing football, isn't it?
Oh, there's nothing like it.
Look at the fans along the fence.
Yeah.
Standing room only. Well,
Because
check it out down that way, Bob.
It's a sellout crowd, which means two fans per player or coach. And that's a sellout. So the overflow has to go in the woods to watch the game.
Yeah.
Like at Wrigley.
So
like
Ashland
at
takes
Wright
over.
Field and Wrigley Field in Chicago. They sit on the roof.
26. I think that's Neal back in. Hand off to Gigliotti.
Oh, had a good head of steam up. He was lucky to get that 4. They pushed the pile. Uh-oh. Hillers think they stole it.
Yeah. That was after the fact.
Referees don't seem to agree.
That was a net of almost 6 yards.
And just as a reminder, there will be no replays. There'll be no discussions.
Despite the fact that we have several camera people today,
Right.
What a big crew. Jack Emberley, Chase Abrams, Nick Cunningham, Tom Hamilton, Connor Donovan, bringing you this action today for WACA-TV.
And we're live on Facebook and we're live on YouTube.
Not sure if NBC picked us up.
Well, I think it's available on the satellite somewhere. Jeez, you know,
And
that's 2 of those now, Rob. They hurt. They hurt.
They do. And that was, not sure who it was on. I think that maybe it may have been Shay Donovan in the game, but I thought it was Griffin Frink usually in mode. No, it was Shay Donovan.
2nd and long.
Football, soccer star. And that's Donovan again in motion. He gets the handoff. Oh, no.
They had a hole. He breaks it outside. He's across the 50 and down to the Hiller 45.
Eddie Lopez, 26 yards on the carry.
That's his number. That was the burst the Clockers had been waiting for. They get some excitement into this defensive battle with the biggest offensive play of the first period. 2:11, the clock is running. It's the first quarter. The Clockers and the Hillers from Cunis Field. Again.
Oh, nice little sidestep there.
Jeez, it only ended up being a couple. Eddie's still running hard. Eddie, a huge part, of course, of the Super Bowl champions last season, the 2019 season. This would have been the 2020 season, but now it's 2021. Tonight's game being played on March 26th, 2021.
Gillison is the up pack, Gigliotti. And
Matt's going to carry it. Oh, he got thrown for a few, and it's going to be 3rd and 5-ish. The flag comes in late.
Might have got the helmet. That was the reason it came off.
Ref was way in the back that threw that yellow penalty flag. It is. Clockers are happy to get that yardage. Yards are a bit hard to come by this Friday evening.
Now, if the helmet comes off as the result of the penalty, do they still have to come out for a play? I mean, Neal is out, and Herder's in at quarterback. But regardless,
Doesn't sound right, though, does it, Rob?
No. Regardless, is a minute 19, and Ashland has the ball on the 24-yard line. More importantly, they flipped the field position. So no matter what happens here, Hopkinton's going to be facing the stiff wind.
Herder hands off, tripped up.
I believe it was Donovan.
Rob, I think the wind is diminished.
Exactly. It just as the field clock, the quarter ends.
50 seconds. Clock running. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
I mean, that's normally the case. As the sun sets, the wind does normally.
That's right, Harvey Leonard.
Yeah, we do it all.
Luke Herter, quarterback. He's got the play. He's ready to go. Man in motion, doesn't get it. Yeah, Luke still has it. The quick drop, and he babied it, and it was just too tough for
Griffin
Frank to
again.
get. Yeah, just too low. Too low when you're running the other way.
So that brings up a 3rd and 10 with 19 seconds.
You know, that play would not have probably been a 1st down, but it would have certainly shortened up this 3rd down play.
Yeah.
Now they got to go a distance.
Almost has to happen a little quicker. By the time he released it, Hopkinton had already.
Well, there were two play fakes, right, Rob? Yeah.
Herter has Lopez to his left.
Who's in the slot? Frank's in the slot. And time? No, it didn't expire.
Timeout.
Took a timeout, yeah.
Clockers took a timeout.
That's the first time out of the game, I think.
That gives us time to just thank our sponsors, Bob. I'm just going to read a couple messages. Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Technoplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.
You know, I think that was that's in the old clock factory, I think. You know?
Yeah, right.
I think they're in there.
Yes, I believe I've
and if I'm not mistaken,
I saw their little promo ads. So they are, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, when Governor Baker came to Ashland to give one of his noontime press conferences last year, that's where he went. We covered it, WACA-TV covered that press conference.
Our other sponsor today, Marathon Deli. Right on 135 in Ashland, they offer a full range of lunch and dinner items for takeout dining, along with many catering options, perfect for office meetings and home gatherings. Open weekdays, 10 to 7. You can check out their menu and place your order at marathondeli.com. We also want to thank them for providing dinner for us and our broadcast crew. Bob, were you in on that?
Yeah, you know, it's really, as great as the sandwich is, the bread makes it. It's just unbelievable.
Herter, he's got some space. Oh, no.
Oh, he's tricky. Very tricky. He's down to the 15.
Just a yard short.
It looks that way, Rob.
And the quarter's going to come to an end, and that'll give them some time to draw up a 4th and 1 play.
He did a little fancy footwork, didn't he?
He did. He broke a couple tackles.
And the boys are going to switch sides. Clock is going to be heading with the wind towards the school. First period has come to an end. There's no score. Ashland, nothing. Hopkinton, nothing. Bob Thacker and Rob Silver with you tonight. March 26th, 2021. What do they call it? The season 2, what do they call this?
Fall 2 season.
Fall 2 in the spring.
We're going to take a break in the action. They're going to run a couple ads.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We'll be
You're
right
watching
back.
Ashland Varsity Sports on WACA-TV.
Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Technoplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap, as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.
Needless to say, so we're back, ready to go, 4th and 1.
Big play. Start of the second period. They run it right up the middle.
I don't think he got it.
He doesn't look like the Hillers think they stopped him.
That was number 21, Andrew Molesky.
You know,
hit a wall of
yeah.
Hopkinton Hillers.
And they didn't go for the play fake to the other back. We're going to have a measurement? No, we're not. Wow.
Yeah, it was right at the line. Had to get to the 14.
Well, Coach McKay will file that for future reference. You watch. Next time you'll go with the quarterback sneak. But that was a good play. I didn't know which back had the ball. Of course, the other kid, it looked like he would have made it easy. But the Hillers are all over it. Well, there's been 2 punts, right?
Yes, one by each team.
And the others have been turned over on downs.
Yeah, and it's
this is
same backfield.
This is Hopkinton's 3rd, 4th possession?
I think it's their 3rd.
Clock has got all the way down to the Hiller 15 and turned it over on downs. All just inside the 15. Jeez, I thought we could have measured that. Oh, he's straight back. The long pass.
Oh, he's got that. Jeff Holloway had the read on that.
Am I crazy, or did the receiver knock that one down, or try to knock it down?
Maybe.
It looked like a one-handed.
When he realized Holloway had the beat on him, he may have done that just out of
you don't usually see a receiver that smart.
No.
Who knows?
Yeah, and again, a deep throw into the wind. That's a tough one to make.
Yeah, and I know why they're doing it, because they've got some receivers that can get behind the Ashland defense.
He was behind. He was behind, but
I'd like to. They're going to have to mix it up a little. The Hill's going to have to try something a little different. Try some short passes.
That was some great closing speed, though, by Holloway.
Yeah, you got to be ready for it. They've been doing it the whole game. I don't know how Coach McKay decides which defensive back gets which receiver. It's early in the season. You're not really positive who the leading receiver is on the squads you're facing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The Hillers played one game, and they lost it, I think, to Holliston.
But they
it's like 38-28 or something. Yeah, good game.
37-27, I think, was the final. So offensively, they were on track.
Empty backfield. Now a guy comes by in motion, and he gets the football, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Andrew Molesky.
Wow. He didn't let go.
Nope.
Then he got him some help.
Just pushed his defender aside and read that one perfect. He had a nice game on defense, made some nice tackles against Westwood last week. And Molesky, I believe, is a junior. He is.
So all those sophomores, Rob, have moved up this season to starting spots. Complicated backfield this time. He rolls right. He's going deep again. Clockers are all over it. Who's got it? Did he catch it?
I'm not sure. No, he calls it incomplete.
Incomplete. I wouldn't have been surprised if either one of them came up with it.
Yeah.
It almost looked like the Hiller caught it out of bounds.
Yeah, it was good defense by Spencer Gravel, using the sideline as another defender and kind of just edging him out.
Anybody's ball.
Right. But if whatever happened there, if Hopkins was going to catch it, they were going to be out of bounds.
Both boys ended up on their backs.
So now Hopkinton, 4th and 15, has to punt into the wind. Not as gusty as it was before.
Look at this. This is not even a punt formation.
Yeah, he's going to punt it.
He just takes the snap from his regular shotgun and lets it go. Returnable, but they down it at the 45. Holloway decided just to take the knee.
I don't think he had a choice. I think that was Coach McKay's call.
You never know.
Yeah.
The coach tells you if it comes to you, take a knee, you do
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Yeah, no, he had space there if there was ever going to be a chance to run. But why take a chance? You got beautiful field position, a lot of momentum.
Second quarter action, 10:37 to go until halftime. No score. The Clockers and the Hillers from Cunas Field. The home opener of the 5-game Fall 2 season. Long. Herder lets it go, and it's too long. Who was open?
That was intended for Ty Geary.
Ty Geary, my neighbor.
Ty stand out on the soccer field.
I've known him his whole life. He lives right across the street from me.
So he used some of those the speed that he shows on the soccer field.
Yes.
Just
I started teaching him when he was a baby how to play football.
did you really?
Yeah. Fire and passes.
Did you teach him how to jump? If he jumped, it's just a little too much zip behind that pass. Gigliotti in motion and another move.
That's 3. That's
yeah.
3, Robert. You know, second and 15 is a tall order.
Yeah, today it is.
Yeah, especially today.
But it might open the field a little bit. We'll see what happens.
Well, it's a good opportunity for us to see some plays we haven't seen yet
Yeah, because
this evening.
these 5-yard runs aren't going to do anything at this point. Take a shot over the middle, down the field. We'll see.
Eddie Lopez, of course, the wild card, Rob, because of his breakaway ability.
And it is Luke Herder.
Luke's got it. He wants to pass. He's got time. He lets it
Wide
go.
open.
Wide open. Caught. Touchdown.
Dallaway. Herder to Dallaway.
Woo!
50 yards and a touchdown.
Wow. Man, was that sweet.
Perfect pass.
Jeff
Just
Dallaway wide open, and he didn't miss it. As Luke Herder put it right on the money, and a flag, a celebration flag or something. The officials just sideline warning perhaps against the Clockers. Let's see if we get the signal and if we understand what the signal is.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
No yardage, sideline warning against the Clockers. The next one, I believe, is yardage.
So just like we were saying, the 2nd and 15 actually opened it up a
Wasn't
little
it
bit.
fun? Wasn't it fun? Man.
Definitely changed the complexion.
Man,
And,
gave the Hillers a little taste of their own offense there.
and it's John Giglia, the junior, with Matt Neal, the holder.
John 0 for 2 on extra points, but he had a field goal last week against West.
Yeah, very
Snap
impressive
back
field
ball
goal.
down. It's up. It's good. Timeout on the field. 9:40 to go until halftime. Ashland 7, Hopkinton nothing. Clockers jump out.
That ball bounced over the fence.
Well, watch out now, Rob. That touchdown got the Hillers' attention. They'll be loaded for bear. They've been playing well on defense until that play.
Yeah.
And now their offense is saying, hey, we got to do something. Kickoff's important. You don't want to give them a sniff. I'm trying to think. The last time when the Clockers played football, if we think back to that season, what did we have? Did we have one kickoff return back on us for a touchdown?
It was Hopkinton.
It was Hopkinton.
No, I'm sorry. It was Holliston.
Okay. And that was the only time that I can remember.
Yeah. Although Westwood opened the game last week with a nice kick return.
Big one?
Yeah, about 40 yards past the 50-yard line. Fielded it around the 10. So hopefully they've corrected that little flaw in their coverage. And it's Giglia.
John Giglia.
Should be able to get this to the end zone.
He's got a little wind. It comes up a little. He gets it high and deep at the 1.
That should be a touchback.
Across the 20, across the 25, and no further. Although in the pile up, he gets another 2 yards.
So now the rule as I understood it was if the ball breaks the plane, it's a touchback. He was a yard deep in the end zone.
What, you're saying you can't return it from the end zone?
I thought I could have sworn I read that. I thought it was a dead ball. Well, he
By
ran
rule.
it back. Yeah,
By rule.
Yeah. So, but I don't know.
I thought you always had the option. Well,
I would think so.
things
but
have
that's what-
changed. Things have changed, yes.
But that ball may not have broken the plane.
Safety rules. They say the kickoff is the most dangerous play in football. And typically at a JV game, they don't even have kickoffs. Did they have them in your JV game?
Yes.
They did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Freshman, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, nice pass from Salyards.
And Salyard finally puts a completion on the board. He went over the middle a little bit underneath, and it worked perfectly. Number 9 was the receiver.
Ethan Champlin, the senior.
So the Hillers come out smoking.
Yeah, you said it. That might get them a little fired up.
They go to Mulvaney, a reliable back who has not been able to get loose today.
Gorman on the tackle.
He's been big.
Grabbed him. Didn't let him go.
Jeez, who's number 3 for us?
Jake Troutman.
Who do you suppose 3 is for us?
That's Jake Troutman.
It is
I thought,
Trout, yeah. 2nd and 8-ish. Straight back. He scrambles. He's in trouble.
Good pursuit.
He's down. May have lost a yard.
Yeah, Frankenherder.
3rd down.
Great containment there.
Whatever
not get
idea.
outside.
He had something over here he wanted, right? Something around the Ashland 30 that he wanted. It just wasn't there.
Now there's.
And they were on him so fast, he had to tuck it under and get what he could, which was nothing.
So it brings up 3rd and 8.
He's got a back with him this time,
Maybe 7.
but I'd be surprised if he hands off. Quick out, complete. Can they make the tackle? They do. But it's still a 1st down.
Yeah. Nick Lachesi pick up about 10 yards on the pass from Salyard. Looks like they're going with a hurry-up offense.
Quick release, no huddle offense. Clock running with 7.5 to go until halftime. Ashland 7, Hopkinton nothing. Mulvaney got 1, got 2, got dragged for another. 2nd down coming up.
Molesky, the first hit, kept those legs churning, was able to squeak out a couple yards. And they're right back, ready to go, Bob. You can't even look down at your roster. They're about ready to snap the ball. True hurry-up offense.
It gets your team going, I get it. Quick out again, the other side this time.
Oh.
He misses a tackle and gets more than he should in the 1st down.
Yeah, that's Ethan Champlin again.
Very nice play by Ethan. All you have to do is break one of those tackles and you got yourself a nice gain.
Yeah, about 15 yards.
No huddle, they're ready. Salyard getting success on the shorter passes.
Yeah, mixing it up, running and passing. Keeps
Takes it himself right up the middle. You know, that wasn't a bad play. Got to take some punishment, but you can get that 5 yards.
Full 5 yards, almost 6. Clockers may have to burn a timeout soon to stop this train.
Plenty of timeouts. And as he speaks,
Yeah,
Coach McKay says, Rob, thank you.
right. exactly. We're piped in.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even think of that, Rob. So, Clockers are going to stop this hurry-up offense in the way that they can with a timeout. And they're going to have a chat. And, of course, one of the main components of this chat is as soon as the play's over, get ready. No lingering. Get up and line up.
And, Bob, did you notice? Take a look on the track down there. It's our man Tom Hamilton. We got 3 cameramen today, camera people.
The full treatment, the full Monty.
Yeah, Nick Cunningham and Chase Abrams.
Nick the Stick Cunningham, Chase Abrams.
Yeah. Vital member of the WACA family now. Doing some announcing and learning the camera.
It's a handoff. And it was a decent run, and it brings up a 3rd and short. Mulvaney was the ball carrier. It's not much, but I think that's his longest carry of the night. 2 down territory, and they're only 1 yard away. Let's see if they go with the end zone here. Go for the touchdown here, thinking maybe if they don't get it, then come back on 4th down and get it. No, they play it safe. They got the first down. He's open. He's close to the end zone, bashed out of bounds by Frink inside the 5. 1st and goal, Hillers. Boy, things opened up there.
Yeah, and there's a flag on the play.
Was there a hold?
Yeah.
I was wondering why he was so.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, all of a sudden there's no
Yeah,
clockers pursuing him.
I think it was the guy trying to contain him.
Oh, boy. So I feel better about that. Couldn't figure out how he got all that open space all of a sudden. Almost took him into the end zone, but a big play comes back.
So it's from the spot of the foul, so it's
an odd 3rd and, what is it? No, they give him 2nd down again.
Yeah, they had the.
So it's 2nd and 5 again? Yeah.
Yeah, school. Yeah,
So
everyone's confused.
He rolls right this time. He dumps it.
And he's in.
Touchdown.
Yeah, Elias Pereira on the receiving end of that 20-yard touchdown pass from Cole Salyards. Brings them within 1 point, but these extra points are not a given, and you might even see them go for 2.
Rob, something was wrong with the down and distance there.
I agree.
It was 3rd and 1.
I think it was right.
It was 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and it should have stayed as 3rd and 5 or something.
Yeah.
It's a spot foul.
Somehow it got flipped to 2nd down.
Right, which screwed up our defense. We would have stopped it.
But a beautiful play, and now the Hill is going to try to tie it up.
And it's Avery Ravitch lined up to kick.
Snap back ball down. Looks good. Is good. Tie game. 4:51 to go in the 2nd quarter. Ashland 7, Hopkinton 7. A very nice drive by the Hillers, who really shook the cobwebs off their offense.
Yeah, they mixed it up nice.
Started on their own 27, Rob. A decent run back from the end zone. 27 yards on the kickoff.
A nice pass to Ethan Champlin to get the drive going, and another.
It set the tone, didn't it?
It did, and Nick Lachesi caught one down here for 16, and again to Champlin. The bulk of the yards and a few runs mixed in.
And the hurry-up offense got the Hillers motivated.
And you called it, too, after the score.
Oh.
It did. It lit a fire under their offense. So the win, not as much of a factor, though, at this point, as Avery Ravitch, the sophomore, kicks off to Ashland. We'll see if we get a return out of this or if they just play it safe, Bob.
Boomed to the 10-ish. And we're going to have to run this one back. And we're in trouble. And we're going to start very poorly on about the 12-yard line. So this is not what I wanted, Rob. I wanted I wanted the Clockers to get some decent field position, so
Yeah.
a couple of 3 first downs, and the Hillers don't get the ball back this half, you know?
Yeah, that was Jack Lima, the senior, on the return, but no help, no blockers, really. Can't.
Now, the ball was on the ground for so long.
Yeah.
By the time he picked it up, the Hillers were down there. And there was nothing he could do. It was in front of him.
And it was
bouncing.
a nice
Yeah.
kick into the wind.
Timeout Hillers. 4:45 left to go until halftime. A tie game. The ancient and arch rivals not playing
I
on
was just thinking
Thanksgiving.
that, right.
Not playing on Thanksgiving this year.
Always
last year.
Yeah.
And playing on March 26th. And I don't think it's any kind of a holiday, is it?
I'm sure it is
it's
somewhere.
something, right?
Right, yeah. If you look hard enough, you'll find it.
Nail
But always
file.
a spirited matchup. And
Yes. And unlike last Thanksgiving, both teams are going full bore today. Nobody's being rested like last 2 Thanksgivings ago when Clockers rested their starters for the Super Bowl.
and it was the win earlier that year that really got them going.
Yes.
And kind of showed them that they had something special in the making. So this Hopkinton team kind of wants to pay it back. And
Straight back, quick out, blocked at the line, threw it right into it.
yeah, that was Neal looking for Lopez coming out of the backfield. Lucky it wasn't deflected up in the air.
Neal and Herder have had time.
Yeah, give some credit to that front line. And Michael Lange, or Lang, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. I'm going to call it Lang, but number 69 in the middle there doing a good job. That's 69, a very special number. Ryan Dwinells wore that previously. And,
Steps into it.
Oh,
Intercepted. Pick 6. And it's Salyard. A QB steps in front of that pass by, was that Matt threw that one? Yeah. So that hurts. And right now the Hillers have the lead.
yeah. Yeah, we got a loose ball coming from the side of the fence onto the
There it
field.
goes.
Okay, stop.
They're going to go for 1. A false start is going to put it back 5.
Coach is going to go for 2 now. We'll see. Now that he's got. No, he's going to stick with the extra point try.
It wasn't a boomer, as I recall last time, but it was down the middle.
Mm-hmm. No, it was actually I didn't realize the penalty was actually on Hopkins. I thought I saw Ashland move, but they were drawn off.
So this one's from the 15, makes it a 25-yard snapback ball down into the
Oh.
line, blocked. It can be returned, but not that way. So the score stays. Hopkinton 13, Ashland 7. And now the Clockers are trailing, and they would love to get something before halftime, but they got to be very nervous.
First time all season.
Yes.
They've been behind.
You know, and I don't know if Salyard baited. Do you think Salyard baited him on that one?
He's a quarterback,
Yeah.
so he kind of
Yeah.
knows how it goes.
If he's playing defensive back and quarterback, you can pretty well guess that he's one of their better athletes.
Yeah.
It was a nice pass, but man, he stepped right in front of the Ashland intended receiver. And nobody in front of him waltzed it into the end zone. And that's something we haven't seen too often last year either.
We had very few turnovers to begin with, let alone, I
Pick
think that was the
six.
first defensive touchdown scored on us in
Good kick
returnable, though.
at the 10, across the 20, across the 25, across the 30, across the 40, across midfield, still on his feet, down to the hill of 43.
It's Eddie Lopez, lightning.
Eddie Lightning Lopez does it again, gives the Clockers the jolt they needed. Lightning strikes.
50 yards on the return. And that is just what they needed.
Spotted at the 44. Plenty of time, of course, 4:17 to go.
There's a family of hawks circling the field.
Jeez, I hope they're not after my marathon.
I got a chef salad with a nice plastic container.
Nice,
I'd
nice.
say it's safe. So it's Herder taking the snap.
Quick pass complete. A nice 9-yard pickup. Wow,
Yeah, to
that was
Dalloway.
easy.
So Herder to Dalloway.
That was the touchdown combination. This time
It
it goes
was.
for 8.
Gives them some options here on second down.
Out of bounds, clock stops, 4:10 to go in the second quarter as the sun sets in the clock town. The lights are on at Cunas Field. The wind has come up again.
Nick Fish and Jack Leem at the bottom of the screen.
It's a running play.
Herder keeps it, yeah. And gets the first down
There
and
we
then
go.
some. Pick up about 6 on the keeper.
Again, a play we saw last year with different personnel.
It's tough to defend if you do it
Yes.
right. And how many times have we called the wrong person with the
Yes.
ball, even with binoculars?
And if you have a smart kid that knows what he's doing.
So again, it's Fish and Lima down the bottom, and Letachevsky and Dalloway at the top of the screen.
First down play, quick out, complete at the line of scrimmage. He spins away and ends up with 4 or 5 yards.
Good job by Dalloway to avoid the first hit.
Would they give him 5? They did.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less.
Yeah, I think they robbed him of a yard.
I look at the stick and then I look at the ball. They don't seem to be the same.
Matt Neal comes in, gives Herder a breather. And Neal was very effective as the game went on last week with the run-pass option, including a scramble from about 17 yards out.
Well, Matt has the experience from his playing time last season.
Or 3 yards out.
Oh, he still got it. He lets
Wide
it go.
open.
Complete touchdown.
Griffin Frank.
The clock is tying up. Neal to Frank. Man, he was alone.
Just like we said, the run-pass option. Faked the handoff and caught them sleeping in the backfield. So a big extra point. John Giglia.
Trying to put the Clockers ahead. The game is tied at 13. Neal's the holder. Snap back, ball down. It's up. It's good. Clockers take the lead. 3:16 to go until halftime.
It's not going to show on the scoreboard, but that was a great hold by Neal. That ball came out into the wind wobbly, and he was able to
It was
grab
a
it.
little bit up.
Yeah, but it wasn't a spiral, that's for sure.
You never know it by the kick, though. Perfect.
Right, you don't have time to make any adjustments, so Ashland strikes back.
When I used to place kick in windy weather, I'd do away with the holder. Just drop kick it, you know?
Doug Flutie style.
Just take it myself and just drop kick it through. take out the middleman, so to speak.
So an impressive drive by Ashland, sparked by the Eddie Lopez kick return of 50 yards.
Lightning strikes again.
Yeah.
And he did that for the Clockers a lot
Yep.
in the 2019 season, too.
So Giglia.
A big run, a big play, a big return. Let's see where this one goes. Oh, it's short. It's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
I don't even get that. But
Now you and I have talked about it. We were in agreement on that. I don't get it. You can pin them deep. Even try some type of squib kick if you're going to drill it into the wind, you know.
I mean, did they fear a return that much?
I don't know.
Yeah.
When you do the post-game interview with Coach McKay, you can ask him. And Coach McKay, by the way, 11th year with the program.
Doesn't seem right, huh?
Uh,
It seems like 4.
and,
Yeah. And, you know, even in the off season, he continued to receive honors and, you know,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Right. Tommy Castle did a nice piece with him a few days ago about this season. He's the first one to say, hey, that was last year, it was great and everything like that. You know, it's a new team.
You can never
And,
look back.
yeah.
Coach has to look ahead.
And we're excited to be playing as he dumps it into the flat.
The Hill is starting to get chunks on these receptions.
Yeah, Aiden Kelly on the receiving end from
That's a
Sally's.
first down. And, you know, I'm starting to think that Salyard's getting too much time because he's accurate.
Yeah, we'll see what they.
I mean, he's had a
They can
couple.
get any pressure.
He's had a couple of TDs dropped, but he's accurate.
It's Sean Harding in the middle and
Can't blame him.
Drozek and Gorman. Three-man rush.
Is it an audible? He's going to take it and get nothing.
Molesky drops
Second
him.
down.
Drops him for a half-a-yard loss.
Heck is very tough against the run tonight.
Plenty of time, 2:45 and ticking down, but a lot of timeouts. So the clock not a huge factor at this point.
Second down. Salyard wants to throw the quick out that's been working so well.
Oh, he couldn't
and,
wrap him up.
and he breaks tackles, that kid. Who is that?
That's the same one, Ethan
Yep.
Champlin.
Oh, he breaks tackles. He's big.
You can give him 5 yards. You can't let him break that
Oh.
tackle and get the 10. 2:24 on the clock as they get past midfield. Salyard seems so comfortable back there now,
Woo.
doesn't he?
He's in the rocking chair. Clock stopped, 2:24 to go. Hill is 44 yards from pay dirt and a timeout. Oh boy, oh boy. You know, those quick outs have been working beautifully for the Hillers, and they have time. They don't have to go into the end zone here or downfield deep. They can use this offense that's been so successful for them in the second quarter. They can use that over the next 2:24 and probably have a good chance of getting a touchdown at the end.
And they start the half with the ball as they kicked off to start the game. So two turns in a row, depending on what happens in the last 2:24 in this first half. And again, thanks to our sponsors tonight, Technoplex Flexibles and Marathon Deli. As the Hillers look to continue this drive, 1st and 10. Mulvaney bounces off his own player, but he's brought down for a minimal gain.
Let's see if they try that play that they got caught holding on, Rob, because maybe that play can be executed successfully without the hold, because that was Mulvaney's best game.
Good job by Molesky to wrap him up from behind, because it looked like he had some space once he bounced off his own offensive lineman.
There's the play.
Oh, there's a hold. Yeah, they called it.
It's a different running back, Rob.
Yeah, the pitch, but it's going to come back, and then Aiden Kelly, I think, on the carry. Oh, no, 34. But it goes for nothing, Joseph Carraza.
That was his first carry of the game.
Yeah.
And it looked a little bit like the play that got called back.
Yeah. I mean,
near the goal line.
Sam Gorman had his number, and they held him and dragged him down.
So who is the holder? Do you know who's committing the penalty? Is it a guard? Is it a lineman?
Possibly. I didn't see.
You know how when you sweep, you got to pull. Guards have to pull.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't want to. Maybe it was just. We'll see next time. But put some
out of the pocket he goes. He goes right. He rolls right. It's complete, but it's a very short gain, and the third down is coming.
Huge tackle by Matt Neal.
A clutch tackle by Matty. He throws the touchdown pass, then he makes a big tackle. What have I got here? 3rd and 16?
Yeah.
Is that what you got?
Yeah, 3rd and 16. I'd almost be inclined to call a timeout. Well, it's too late now, but there was about a minute 20, and make them kick into the wind if you stop them on 3rd down. So we'll see what happens. Now he calls timeout as they were out of position.
Whew. Well, you can't save those timeouts. Each team has 5 per half. If anything you don't like, you call your timeout.
Yeah, Hopkinton started lined up with 3 receivers on the right side, and the matchup wasn't correct.
Good timeout by Coach McKay.
So
and he talks to his team.
39.3 seconds left in the first half.
See, Andrew gets right in there, you know? You know, the coordinator is there, but Andrew doesn't stay on the sideline. He's in there too.
We're ready. Hopkinton getting some last-minute instructions, and quick shout-out to our athletic trainer, Amy Mendoza, and, of course, the athletic director, Stephen Marks, for making this season happen.
Tough job Steve's had this year. Man.
Incredible. 3rd and 16.
It's a draw, a quarterback draw. And a good kid took it to within hailing distance of that first down, but it's going to be 4th down coming up.
Yeah, forces Hopkinton to use a timeout.
28 seconds left in the half. Gee,
I mean, it's 4th and 4.
This worked out pretty well for the Hillers. The Clockers, if they do get it back, there's not going to be much to work with.
Right.
And now the clock is running.
Yeah.
And the Hillers are going to run a play.
They may have used all their timeouts.
Or so it seems.
Oh, unless they're trying to catch them.
Oh, boy, this is going to be a play into the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Get back.
There's nobody deeper than 10 yards.
And now they back up finally. The ball is snapped. Here we go. Salyer long and deep over the middle. It's not going to be a touchdown. It's incomplete. There's no time left on the clock. It's halftime at Ashland High School. Was it complete?
I know, he called it incomplete. It was incomplete, but thrilling first half, Bob.
Excellent
Back
football.
And forth.
Great to see. Great game by both teams. A defensive battle in the first quarter and an offensive show in the second quarter. It's Ashland 14, Hopkinton 13. The great second half is coming up in about 15 minutes. Stay with us. You're watching Ashland High School Varsity Sports on Ashland Television.
Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Techniplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.
Fix the camera a little bit because they do see something. Facebook.
behind the concession stand, I guess. On a very number, what they used to call numbers.
If you're just joining us, you missed an exciting first half.
What a fabulous first half. It's hard to believe 0-0 defensive battle after the first period, and then the dam broke in the second quarter, and both teams scored 2 touchdowns. And the difference was, let's see, an extra point following a procedure penalty against the Hillers. Got kicked into the line, and the Clockers made both their extra points. And
scoring started, a nice pass from Luke Herter to Dollaway. Got behind the defense.
Jeff Dollaway, yeah.
Jeff Dollaway, 50 yards.
What a play that was. And that broke the ice.
Yeah, and Hopkinton came back and marched. They took the ball on their 25, 26-yard line, went 74 yards.
With a hurry-up offense, no huddles. And
evened it up.
The Clockers had a big play for Hopkinton, erased on a Hopkinton holding penalty, but the next play, the Hillers took it in for 6, tied the game 7-7, and then took the lead on a pick 6 by the quarterback.
Cole Salyards.
He picked us off and took it in the end zone. They missed that extra point. They're ahead 13-7, and then Eddie Lightning Lopez had a 50-yard kickoff return after that touchdown.
Good field position.
Ignited the Clockers, sparked them.
Punched it in a few plays later on a pass from Neal to Frank from 25 yards out.
Matt Neal to Griffin Frank.
Extra point good. 14-13, here we are, and we're ready to kick off.
Hillers to receive a short bob inside the 40. The Clockers have him right at the 40, and the Hillers start off.
Braden Millette with the first hit.
Clockers really fearing a run back is all I can think of. Is that ball was just popped up in the air 20 short yards, handled on the fly, not far from the sideline, and it ends up in the 39, which is pretty good for Hopkinton, but not too horrible for the Clockers either. No run back. That's the key.
Salyards giving some last-second instructions to Mulvaney.
Looking at the sideline, too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he had a very good first half, Rob.
He's quite the
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Low snap, handles it clean, has to roll out. Clockers press him. He lets it fly. He throws it up for grabs. And Jeff Dollaway almost had it.
He had Nicholas Essie 3-4 yards behind the defense, but he was running to his left, throws right, difficult throw to make, and it just hung up there long enough for Dollaway to come in and knock it away.
Yeah, that wasn't a good decision or a good pass.
Salyard
surprised me on that.
The decision was okay. The execution was poor, which surprised me. He was wide open. He could have thrown it down the field, and he could have kept going.
Good pressure by Ashland, though, helped that play go
Frank
awry.
had his number.
3-man line for Ashland, and they're expecting a pass on every play now. Let's see if the Hillers cross them up with a run. They do. They do. And Mulvaney got
crushed by Dylan Drozek and Sean Harding.
I'll give him a yard. Now it's 3rd and long. I'd like to see that pass defense. They got to watch. They've been getting those 10-yard passes on the sideline, Rob. And that's what the Clockers have got to watch out for.
They've been fairly effective in these long yardage situations.
The Hillers have done very well since they started the second quarter. And now he's going to roll again to his non-passing side. And that's a tough play, and it didn't work.
Yeah,
they're going to have
zip on that pass.
They're going to have to punt, Rob.
Jake Troutman on the coverage. And just off the hands of the Hiller receiver. It was behind him. It was
a tough pass to catch.
Yeah.
Tough pass to throw.
Yeah, again, rolling to his left.
And the Hillers do not get into what we used to call deep punt formation. Salyard just takes it out of his regular lineup.
Wonder if he has the option of running a play.
It's an awful lot of yards. And
Oh,
a quick kicks
wow.
it, and he booms it.
Perfect. It's going to go in the end zone, though.
It better. Yeah. So the Clockers get 20 yards back and start from their own 20 on their first possession of the second half. Ashland 14, Hopkinton 13. Second half action from Cunis Field. The Clockers in their home blue. The Hopkinton Hillers in their visiting white. Second game of the 2021 Fall 2 season. Clockers won their first one at Westwood last week. This is game number 2 of a 5-game slate. And Rob, we're playing just for fun. There'll be no playoffs. There'll be no Super Bowls.
Pride. It's not fun.
Yes.
It's playing for pride.
There'll be no league
Right.
championships or anything.
No, but these kids are so excited to be out there. We're
Yeah.
excited to be watching them.
And who's our quarterback here to start the second half?
Herder.
Herder gets the call to start the second half, and Lopez runs it to the 30, very close to a first down.
And we were talking before the game. Lopez looks like he put on a little weight this year, and you could see he used that to his advantage there. That was 10 yards.
He just looks overall taller and bigger to me.
Yeah,
this year.
definitely
Yeah.
filled out. That put his head down and knocked the defender back 3-4 yards.
That was a first down run.
Yeah. So Herder with Gigliotti in motion, and
2 men in motion.
that was
That's illegal. And
miraculous.
Clockers have been victimized by the illegal procedure 4 times by my count tonight.
3 times it's been on that sweep. It's just
Oh.
either thrown off the timing or I
Yeah.
don't know what it is, but it might have even been 4 times. I'm not sure. on
Too
the,
anxious to get started. Herder calling signals.
Here's the tip. Herder's got the red sleeve.
I see that now, yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Lopez.
go up the middle. Oh, and he's got 5. And he's got more than that. He's got about 11. So a 2nd and 6 coming up.
Maybe even 2nd and 5.
Very good.
So they get the penalty back and then some.
They mark it at the 36.
And
Got to get to the 41.
Hiller fans lined up behind the fence back here.
I don't think, no visiting fans permitted at the game.
Not inside the field. Inside the grounds. And Herder keeps it.
What did he get? Did he
Yeah,
get?
about
He
three,
got
3
4,
and a half.
5, 4-ish, yeah.
Third and 1.
Is there an injury timeout? What is this?
Not sure.
They wave it off and start the clock.
Might have been something to do with the sideline marker, getting everything set there. So it's 3rd and 1.
Oh, they line up like they're going to do a quarterback sneak.
The war
And they do.
offense. And that's enough.
It looks like he's got it.
I'm calling it. I'm saying it's enough. Ultimately, it's going to depend on the spot. And they're waving it up. First down.
No celebration on either side to give us a clue. Clock is second first down on this drive.
And this would be a huge momentum swing. The end of the first half.
Yes.
Hopkinton going down, moving the ball well. Looked like they might have a chance to score again, and big holding penalty kind of hurt them.
You're right. That took the air out of that drive.
And then Ashland, again, Hopkinton starting with good field position, but Ashland 3 and out.
Hopkinton had time, but they ended up throwing
Yeah.
sort of a Hail Mary that didn't even get to the end zone.
Herder.
Quick out, too quick.
That was the best thing that could have happened for Ashland right there.
Frank
it
was
was-
the intended.
Yeah, it was going nowhere. Hopkinton read it.
If caught, it was going nowhere,
Yeah, exactly. So it saves them the hit. Good scouting report.
Yeah,
Because they do like that play.
I know you want to get rid of that ball early, but it's got to be accurate.
So we have Ledachevsky to the bottom of the screen. Has not been targeted yet. We'll see if Herder rolls the other way.
Uh-oh.
Just
Hold on to
protect
it.
Yeah.
Hold on to it. He did.
Thinking the same thing as me.
Man, that's the first sack, maybe of the whole game.
Yeah.
I know the Clockers had a tackle for a loss, but I think our running back had that ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was surprised the Clockers there.
Yeah, 3rd and 15 now, Bob.
All of a sudden in a very difficult spot. You can't go back to the running game. It's too far, unless you hope to get 10.
And it's, see if they target Lima down here at the bottom of the screen. Number 13.
Herder likes Dalloway. Let's see what he does.
He's got Nick Fish.
Nick Fish. If that pass had been on the inside, maybe Nick could have had it.
Good effort just to get that one hand on it. He was open. He did have the inside route.
Nick was a great goal scorer for the Clocker hockey team.
I didn't watch a lot of hockey, but when I did, or when I watched the saw the highlights,
he had a nose for the net.
Yeah, just a good athlete. Heard he's well liked on this football team. He's fit right in.
They're happy to have him.
Work hard.
Happy to have him, yeah.
So, second punt of the night. This into the wind, I should say.
It's high.
Goes. Whoa! Almost hit the back of the Hopkinton Hiller.
The Hillers are going to start right where they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah.
6:40 to go in the third quarter. Ashland 14, Hopkinton 13.
Friday Night Lights.
Getting towards dark now.
And again, it is
earlier every night.
March 26th. So when you're watching this film 20 years from now, you'll know it's fall 2 season.
Yes, March 26, 2021.
It was a crazy 2020, 2021.
Yeah. They didn't want to call it spring because that confuses everyone with the spring sports.
Mulvaney wrapped up for very little gain.
So you got fall 2 in March. It's so strange when I look at the paper.
There's Loris and Gorman.
When I look at the school scores in the Boston Globe, every sport is playing somewhere. There's basketball, there's hockey, there's volleyball, there's football. Everything is somewhere is being played. And tennis and golf are starting up any day.
Movement on the offense. Just going to push him back 5 yards.
Yeah, we've had one face mask penalty, 2 or 3 holding calls, all against Hopkinton, and the rest have all been procedures. Quick out, low, caught.
And actually dropped it.
They don't give it to him.
Yeah.
And now it's 3rd and 13, 14. Well, I can tell you what this is going to be. It's not a bad play to go short underneath if you're going to go on 4th down, but they try a run.
Yeah.
Very conservative call.
Oh, Dylan drove.
Oh, no, a late flag comes in from deep.
I'm not sure what that could be. It's got to be on the offense.
I hate it when it's thrown on the Ashland side of the field. Chop block.
Okay. Great job by Drozek. Just got one hand on the jersey and dragged him down.
That penalty's declined. It was against the Hillers. It was declined by Ashland, and they're anticipating a punt.
They're anticipating a punt, but the
you never know.
The receiver's not playing too deep. It's almost like they're going to give him the punt. Oh, almost got a hand on it.
Goes out of bounds at the Ashland 32, and the Clockers will start there with 5.5 to go in the third period. 12-minute periods this year in the Tri-Valley League.
I think it was Drozic almost got through the line and got a hand on that punt.
It's interesting. Have you followed, Rob, any of the MIAA machinations regarding football?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Every week,
Yeah.
every week it seems,
Yeah.
they have a meeting about
Oh.
football. And every week they change what they're going to, there's a new proposal on how to do football. They're desperate to restore the Thanksgiving Day game to meaning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
As it stands now, it has no meaning for
right.
anything. And they're desperate to put some importance back into that Thanksgiving Day game.
Herder keeps it.
He had time. He got it.
Oh.
Oh. Intended for Dalloway.
Covered by number 6, Brian Keefe, one of the senior captains for Hopkinton. So both teams a little shaky coming out in this third quarter.
Things haven't gone really well for either club, have they?
No. And the difference being the missed extra point.
I mean, penalties have killed both teams this quarter.
Matt Neal now in at the quarterback position.
That's going to keep it and go take a loss. Wow. Nothing working on offense either side of the ball.
Hayes, Pearson, Woodruff on the tackle.
Wow.
3 names.
And no first name.
Guaranteed.
All
You're
3
destined,
last names,
destined
right?
for greatness. Yeah, Hayes, Pearson, Woodruff. They have a Hunter, Bertucci, Bissonette. Ooh. Yeah, that's why they don't have names on the back of their jersey. Financial decision.
Yeah.
They can't print that many letters.
Well,
So
what do you do here, Rob? It's going to be over the middle.
Throw it down the field. Or
Oh, it's not handled. He's got to run it. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Nothing going right.
well,
Nothing going right.
no. So 4th and 17, punting. An injury.
Clockers push back. Was that Neal?
No, this is
A blocker.
looks like Sam Gorman, number 50, the senior.
What do you think that means, Rob?
I think we'll do a quick summary. They'll
Of the game.
splice in some highlights
Yeah.
and show it on Around the Clock with Yolanda Greaves, or some sports show that we may be doing at some point, as Amy Mendoza tends to the injured Clocker player Sam Gorman. Looks like he hurt his ankle. And it may be a cramp.
It's been a long game. You know, this game's an hour and a half old, and we got plenty of time left in the third period.
A lot of scoring.
A lot of incomplete passes.
They all utilize their timeouts.
Yeah. Did we find out who the injured boy was?
Now I have your phone number, Bob. That could be trouble.
Do we have?
Yeah, it's Sam Gorman, number 50.
Sam's had a good night.
Yeah, he's getting up.
Is it what we call lower body?
I think it was. I think it's a cramp.
Okay.
It was a cramp. It looked like they were stretching
Number
his.
50. He looks okay.
Yes. Good sign. Good sign. Stay hydrated. And again, back to the game. It is 4th and 16, so we'll probably see Matt Neal deep. The punt. from the 25-yard line. You know, anything past the 50, 45-yard line of Hopkinton, I think, is a win.
Low snap, he handles it clean. Kicks away from the return guy who comes over, gets it, drops it. He was touched, and there's a flag.
Yeah.
Was there a fair catch called for? Is that going to be it?
I think he just hit the kicker, the receiver.
You can't hit the receiver even if he doesn't call a fair catch? Interference.
Yeah.
They interfered with the catch. You can't do that. Yeah. And that's going to hurt us. That's going to be 10 big ones. Or shall we make that 15? Oh, boy.
Let's make it 15 to up the drama.
Ouch. The Hillers can't wait to get to the line of scrimmage. They run up. So that ends up being like no punt. So the Hillers start on the Ashland 35. Cole Salyer. He's got it. He rolls right, lets it fly. And that was not his best, and that was well covered.
Yeah, intended for Brian Keefe.
His best receiver's been number 9.
Yes.
That's
Ethan Champlin.
Yeah, watch out for him.
He's been effective, and Nick Latesi has caught a couple passes, number 14. So we'll see how the Clockers manage without Gorman. It's Harding in the middle. Screen pass deflected.
That was a forward pass, incomplete. Good defense by Ashland.
Yeah, it was Dylan Drozek.
They've got him rolling out even when he doesn't have to roll out. He's so used to being
moved him over.
The new pressure that the Clockers discovered about halfway through the second quarter is kind of shaking him a little bit.
Dylan's a good athlete. Decided to take up basketball this year, and it's fun to watch him inside the paint. He had 8-10 rebounds against Holliston one game. Probably 1 for 9 from the field from 2 feet out, but that's all right. It was fun to watch. Mulvaney wrapped up.
Nothing doing. Nothing doing. Wow.
Molesky. Gillis.
Fourth down and 12. Clockers have no one back. If Salyer decides to punt, let's see what he does. No, he's going to go for it. He lets it fly. Batted at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Clockers hold on downs. First down, Ashland.
And it was Dylan Drozek again with the block pass.
What was that, 2 block passes on that series?
Out of 4 down.
Yeah.
He was partially in on the tackle with Molesky on
What a defensive series for Ashland, just when they needed it most after the 15-yard interference. Penalty on the punt. Set up the Hillers, first down at the Clocker 35. The Clockers actually pushed them back 2 yards and take over on downs, as they've done about 3 or 4 times tonight. Great defensive effort by Ashland. Herder is in a quarterback. He's going to run it himself.
He's got some room.
Finds a hole, slithers through it across the 42. Second down coming up.
And those incomplete passes make for a long game. There's still 2:40 to go in this third quarter.
You know, the game started at 6.
Yeah, a lot of passes, a lot of incomplete passes. Punts back and forth.
And 12-minute quarters. Same as the NBA.
And it's Michael Lane, the center.
Luke calls the signals. He's going to let Eddie try it, but not this time. That play is a loss.
And that was Hayes Pearson Woodruff again, grabbing on to Lopez and not letting go. A rare loss of a yard or two.
They gave him some decent forward progress there, didn't they? Ball's at the Ashland 42. I would say it's 3rd and 5.
Yep, I would concur.
Let's see what the Clockers do. I gotta believe Luke is gonna be rolling out and may have an option to run it. He looks at the sideline, and Andrew gives him all of his best hand waves and motions. Let's see what's up. It's a pass. And it's a run. And he almost got there, man.
So close, huh, Bob?
4th and less than a yard coming up.
Great job by the Hiller defender. And the Clocker coaching squad trying to eke out an extra half a yard from the refs. Calling for a first down, but well, looks like they might get it. The marker is not accurate then.
Well, Coach McKay pleaded for a measurement, and the refs gave it to him. And it's their discretion, of course. It's not up to Coach McKay. They do not have to accede to his request.
I think based on where they spotted it and this angle, I think he's got it. We can't really see, but
the stretch. That much. That much. Quarterback sneak worked very well last time.
Yeah.
We'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, behind the forward push of center Mike Lange.
Who took? I think Neil took it, didn't he? Yeah, and he's in. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Matt Neal, number 12. Let's see if they're going to ask Matt.
He scored on the quarterback keeper from 3 yards out last week against Westwood.
Yeah.
And this is just,
you know, if you're a quarterback, at least in what we've seen in our Tri-Valley League, you got to be able to run. You're expected to run the ball. He leans forward, and it looks like he's got it.
That last little surge was enough. As they undo the pile.
Jeez, I mean, from what I saw with my eyes, that was a first down.
The ball's spotted just beyond the yard line, a full football length beyond the yard marker, which is good enough for a first down. Clockers.
And once again, there are no replays. When they make the call, that is the call. Old style.
And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter, actually.
Once the clock is hurry
Coach
up.
McKay. Now, Coach McKay kind of waved him off. Get everybody hydrated and ready for the final stanza.
That's the end of the third quarter. Ashland 14, Hopkinton 13.
And
Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Techniplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap, as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.
We've seen two receptions in.
And it's always tough being a coach, you know, trying to get everybody to play, but also balancing winning versus, you know, as it was last year. But even more so this year because, you know, if you're on varsity, you're on varsity. If you're on JV, you're on JV.
Yep.
You're not floating back and forth. So, yeah, it's tough to get everybody in there and make sure they're, especially with the seniors, 5 games, that's it. So here we go.
Look at this. Look
War,
at this.
the war offense, or they call it the dunk offense.
Lopez for a tough 2 or 3.
Just so quick, though. Really, you see the quickness.
It was interesting to see that formation in a non-quarterback sneak situation.
I think that's the Holliston runs that.
Oh, they act like they invented it, but yeah. Yeah, they did for years. And had some success, but they had a powerful team. Here we go again.
Gonna try and pound it.
Eddie again. He tries to cut it inside and gets knocked back. Third down now.
I'd like to see Lopez get into some open space, you know, trying to always pound it up the middle, especially everybody was all congested in there, and he took a big hit.
Coach McKay does not favor the long pitch. Never has.
No.
He's never been one for the sweep either.
They ran it effectively a couple times, believe it or not, against Westwood. Gigliotti.
Oh!
Gets us a little closer to the...
It's offside. The first offside of the night goes against the Hillers at a crucial spot. I don't know if it's going to be enough. No one's acting like it's enough. It's a yard short, huh?
He counted off 6 yards. He walked off 6 yards. It's only supposed to be... he's going to move it. Coach is going to be livid for it. I mean, even the third down marker is a yard back.
Strange.
Some refs have to talk it over.
Clock is rushed to the line. And
I think he's...
we're going to play.
So it's 3rd and inches. Frank
He kept it.
Frank breaks free. Tough kid.
Oh, that's what we were looking for.
9 yards.
Oh, a 9-yard play from that formation.
Pound for pound, as tough as anybody on this field.
A very tough Griffin Frank, number 34. He's been a main cog for a 3 years on this Ashland varsity. Clock is moving, another first down.
Frank outside. He's gone.
He's in the clear. One man to beat. Touchdown. The play you wanted. The Clockers do it on the ground. First 2 touchdowns came in the air, but here in the third quarter, they decided to keep it on the ground, and it pays dividends.
34-yard scamper by Griffin Frank.
Probably the biggest run of the year for Ashland. Short season. But Griffin Frank, 3 carries in a row. The last one goes all the way, 34 yards.
Big extra point.
Snap back, bobbled, punched through. It's good. 21-13. Timeout on the field. Clockers with an 8-point bulge. As we head into the final 9 minutes and 20 seconds of this contest on March 26, 2021, the Fall 2 season. You know, I was thinking, Rob, you know, spring football is a staple of college football. They always practice. Every team practices in the spring and culminates their spring practice session with a sort of an inter-squad game. So it's not that unusual to play football in the spring, but it's usually not for keeps. And I think the weather has cooperated too.
Beautiful.
You know, there could be snow. You know, especially what they played last week, March 19th. Yeah, we've had snow.
Well, we had that April 1st,
Oh,
2
yeah.
feet, 1997, as I dig into my weather archives.
Yes.
The April Fool's storm.
I never saw snow melt faster, though. You know,
John.
by 5 o'clock, that snow was half gone. Yeah, another punch, and it's going out of bounds.
And again, just I don't understand.
So they're going
Higley has got a decent leg. He can kick that in the end zone.
So they're going to start at the 35, which by rule. Now, you know, that's actually better than last time. They got it at the 40 on a kick that went straight up in the air.
Well, this time they had the wind behind them. So,
Did I say 35? Oh, I see it went. They mark it where it went out.
in this case,
Yeah. If it had gone out of bounds at the 5-yard line, it would come out to the 35. But it didn't even make to the 35, so it goes wherever it goes out of bounds is where the Hillers start. Now they wrong again. Back to the 35. Here we go.
yeah, I thought it went out around the 30. So, okay. So Hopkinton has to try and find something on offense. They've been struggling ever since really that one drive they had. It was a pick six that made it their second score.
Up the middle. Mulvaney gets some good yardage. The wind is picked up, Rob. I don't know if you can hear it in our microphones.
Yes.
It's cooled off and the wind is picked up.
Again, 6 yards, Mulvaney's longest run of the night.
Clock's running, under 9 minutes to play.
And the fan section has grown all along the fence behind us. There must be 150 people lined up there on the right. A couple people up on the light pole. As Salyers is
He's in trouble. He's going down.
and it's Matt Gillis and Dylan Drozek.
Big play.
Not fooled at all.
That sets them back to where they started.
Huge play as Matt Gillis comes off the field, fired up.
Only now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, a loss of 6 on the play makes it 3rd and 10. Gusty wind at this point makes any type of throw a lot more challenging. They hand it off.
They got him.
And it's Evan Ledachevsky.
He held his ground, Rob. He
I
held
was
the
just
edge.
going to say staying home and just making sure that the runner had to cut back to the inside, but was able to handle it himself.
4th down and 8-ish.
No win situation here. You kick, you're only going to get about 25 yards, but you have to. You're still only down 1 score. It is a touchdown and 2-point conversion.
Now they are in punt formation for the first time tonight.
It's not an easy snap. Some movement everywhere.
It's against the Hillers, 5 more.
So that's going to push them back to the 32-yard line.
Clock stops, 7:15 left in the game.
Wind shifted a little bit. It's not so much into their face. It seems like it's almost coming at us here in the booth.
Good snap.
Was a good snap.
And a high kick, but short.
Just get away from it.
Oh boy, look at this. Touched it about the 37.
A net of 4 yards.
Wow.
They gave him 5.
The wind killed that ball. He got it way too high up in the air.
So the fact that punt went 4 yards makes Matt Neal's 25, 28-yard punts a lot more impressive.
The punt of the night.
No, I mean, I knew at the time it was, although the wind has picked up, you can't control that. It's definitely a more
It's
steady
whipping
breeze.
now. It's whipping now.
And see if the clock is just going to pound it on the ground at
The
this
war
point.
formation. Eddie wants to go inside,
Oh,
still on his feet, and he ends up giving yards.
An exciting loss of a yard, unless they give him the line.
Eddie didn't want to take that. He wanted to keep, you know, he still had his feet under him,
Yeah.
and he was thinking he could get outside. You know, not that much different than the Frink run, you know.
Right, that's exactly. It looked exactly the same.
Matt Neal calling the signals.
No hurry.
Clock
no
running.
Hurry, yeah.
We could be under 6 minutes by the time this ball is snapped.
Milking the clock.
Just a little bit. You got to stay aggressive. Again from the war, Frink has it. Knifes inside, stays on his feet, and gets a nice chunk.
Got about 7 on that one.
And an interesting third down coming up.
Good vision. So it's 3rd and 5, 2 down territory.
I think so. Hill's got to start thinking about using timeouts too. 5 per team per side, per half rather, I should say. So you have plenty to use. They may have spent 1 or 2. We never keep track. Oh,
And there's a penalty.
oh boy. Oh boy.
Now let's see where they walk it up, because it's 5, maybe 5 and a fraction, so it's tight.
1, 2, 3, 4,
It's-
5.
You know, it's just shy of the first down.
And he gives
But they
it to
hit-
him. 1st and 10. Wow.
We'll take it. You know, it almost works. It would have worked better.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
there's no
unbelievable.
guarantee you'd get a half a yard, but it would have run another 30 seconds on the
Yep.
clock. That's all right. This is going to take us under the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, they start the clock right up.
21-13. Clockers trying to ice this one. As they've gone to this
with an
dunk
8-minute
formation.
game-ending drive. He had opening.
Oh!
He got it to the clear.
Lopez.
Frink again.
That was Lopez.
That was Eddie.
That was Lopez on the carry.
That's a big
Was able to
first down.
yeah.
Clock is Eddie Lopez takes us to the 12.
That's what we've said. If he gets just a little bit of space, he was able to make the tiny cutback. Spring forward for about 14 yards. So it is now 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line.
They pitch it.
Lopez,
He's wide. He got a couple.
good job by number 29. That's Elias Pereira for Hopkinton.
If you wonder,
That was the only man there to stop Lopez at that point.
you got to keep stretching it out. If you let him cut it back, it's a touchdown. You may be wondering why the clockers don't wait until there's only a second left on the play clock before they hike it. And if the reason is, of course, the players don't know where the play clock is because it's not on the field.
So it's an interesting point last week in Westwood because it was just so quiet. We didn't have the wind whipping. They actually call out Frank on the pitch. No, up the middle. Sorry,
He's inside the
it
5.
wasn't Frank, but hey, I missed the handoff. But the refs actually call 10
could
seconds.
hear 'em. You could hear 'em.
They give him
Yeah.
a 10-second warning. So, but tonight it's so windy you can't hear, and we have the headsets on. So
Well, that helps, but it still doesn't tell you when there's 1 second left. So
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta hike that ball.
yeah, if you're
You can't
10
take
seconds.
a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clock running 3.5 to go. 3rd and Clockers can get a first down at around the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the clock continues to run.
And it's Matt Neal. It's Andrew Molesky and lined up behind him.
They tried that play once earlier tonight. I think Ashland needs a timeout now, huh?
Yeah, I think it's part of the strategy, like you said.
Take it down.
Take it down, and can't take the timeouts with you.
Already told the ref they wanted it with 1 second, yeah.
The air just changed, almost like a tropical breeze. Not as...
I don't see stars. Oh, there's the moon. But the game lights, the stadium lights, keep us from looking at the constellations, which we, of course, enjoy so much. Well, what's your call? What's your call, Coach?
Speaking of the constellation, got a little shout out to Ashland, former recently retired teacher Len Rabinowitz, always posting some nice shots that he takes. He does a lot of astronomy.
Excellent.
He's always posting and doing stargazing shows. I'm not sure where, but so a shout out to him. And this excellent coverage brought to you by WACA-TV. It's quite the gust.
Look at it. It's cleaning the sideline.
Yeah.
The cups are flying down the sideline.
Want to thank real quickly again Jack Emberley, Chase Abrams, Nick Cunningham, Tom Hamilton, and Connor Donovan engineering it all down below for you. WACA-TV Ashland.
What's your call, Coach?
He's just going to keep pounding it up the middle.
All
You
right.
can't throw it.
You're not going to throw. You're not going to throw.
Going to give it to Lopez.
You're asking for trouble if you throw. We're out of the war. Back to a standard set.
Keeps it.
Matt pretends he's going to throw it.
He's in.
It takes it in for 6. Matt Neal.
Oh, that's Luke
Oh,
Herter.
and Luke came in. Yeah. Luke Herter, the keeper.
And that one is probably going to ice it. It's never over till it's over, but it's now 27-13 pending the extra point.
Clockers are up with, what, 14 points.
With 2:51 to go.
This makes it a 15-point lead.
And outside of that,
Snapback ball down movement on the line.
yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. Not sure if it was Ashland or, yeah.
No call on the kick. It's against Ashland. So this will make it a 25-yarder. If they go for one.
And again, outside of that one drive by Hopkinton after Ashland's first score, their offense has been, I don't want to say anemic because it's just as much a factor of the defense and
yes, and they deserted the hurry up, but I think you got to make a few plays before you go into the hurry up, you know?
Right.
You can't have 1 yard in the cloud of dust and then.
And the penalties. Oh. They've had way too many penalties.
We've hurt ourselves, but it seems like the Hopkinton penalties were devastating.
And at very crucial times.
So we've talked it over, reset them, and they're going to have to kick it again. Only this time it's from the 15. It's an important point. Puts a lot of pressure on the Hiller offense to score and make extra points. Snap back. Oh, did he get that one? Beautiful. It's good. Timeout on the field. Ashland 28, Hopkinton 13. Complete change in direction by Coach McKay in the halfway through the third period. All of a sudden,
yeah,
he went into a run mode that was extremely effective.
Yeah, I don't know.
Two running touchdowns.
Didn't look like Hopkinton was prepared for that. And it's not something they've really used in years past. So you really
Both roughly 40, 50-yard drives. You know, they didn't start at their own 20, but small increments, except for the big run by Frink.
Yeah, that was actually, that drive started, remember, 37-yard line after that 5-yard punt.
You're right, yeah.
But again, after a really good defensive stand.
Yes.
So we'll see if they can do something with the kickoff.
See what the strategy is. If they keep the same strategy, Hill is creeping forward, anticipating a short kick. He lets this one go in a fashion, didn't get all of it. At the 11, the ball comes loose, and they snow him under at the 27. And the Hillers will start there. So that's about 8 yards less than the out-of-bounds kick.
Yeah, he did drop the ball for a second, so that helped.
That cuts both ways, as you know, Rod.
Yeah,
that drop ball.
Remember Holliston
stops
last year?
Everybody.
Yeah, that was the kick return last year.
That's how it started.
Yeah, and he just throws you off, takes you out of your lanes, and things happen that you don't expect. So
Cole Sillard has a tall task. He's got 2:44 left to go. His team needs 2 touchdowns and at least 3 extra points. He goes deep on the first play. He's got a man. He just overthrew him.
You can't let that happen.
That's a
That's a
different receiver. Who is that? Oh, no, that's him. That's him, yeah.
Champlin. Yeah, Ethan Champlin.
No, that's Ethan,
He had him beat. And like I said, you can't let that happen at this stage of the game. Give him 15 yards, give him 20 yards, keep him in front of you. You have 2:37. All you have to do is make sure the clock runs out.
Beautifully thrown ball. Cole Hill,
yeah.
Sallard showed his arm on that one.
Yeah. Just need a little more air under it so Champlin could catch up to it.
Same play, I'm guessing. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, why not just keep throwing it downfield? You got to get more than 10 yards, so first down will stop the clock temporarily.
They try the run.
Yeah.
They get some good yardage.
Kept them in bounds, short of the first down, so that's going to chew up some clock.
Hill is not calling timeouts. Oddly.
Mulvaney was
They're ready to go. 3rd down. Clock is not ready on D, but the Hillers don't quick snap it. He wants to pass over the middle, deflected again. Holy cow, have the Clockers started getting their hands on those passes. That was Frink.
May have been Dylan Drozek again, believe it
What's
or not.
That, 34? Or?
I thought it was 59.
Okay. I'm looking at the defensive end on the left side there. Who's that? That's who it was, right?
May have to call the trainer. I got a foot cramp. They'll have to airlift me up.
What happened?
I got to stretch these shoes.
4th down.
I'm not in broadcasting shape yet. It's the first game of the season. Salyards rolls out.
Yes.
Just got to get a first.
He lets it go. It's complete.
And it's not
out of
over.
bounds. First down, Hillers. Hill is still alive. They're in Ashland territory with 1:58 to go in the game. Ashland leading 28-13.
Mulvaney on the receiving end.
Not an easy play, but they executed it perfectly, and it was enough for the first down. Salyard goes deep. Nobody open.
Lima's back there, and he couldn't hang on.
He doesn't catch it.
That would have iced it. But a little better.
Not an easy catch for Jack.
Now, but definitely a better defensive setup there, having the safety deep.
Yes, and Salyard's had time, but the Clockers had it defended.
Yeah,
Salyards didn't have to rush that.
No, 3 men rushing.
Up the middle.
Wow.
They stop him. Down he goes.
Molesky and Drozek.
Now it's 3rd and 9. Now they stop the clock with 1:42 to go. Clockers would love to get off the field. It's going to require 2 defensive plays to do it. Get the Hillers to burn their timeouts. If they can stop this play short of a first down, the Hillers will have to burn another timeout. And then I'll give the chance for the Clockers to make a 4th down stop. But if you're the Hillers, I don't know if you can. I guess there's still time to try a play that is not first down yardage on its face. Here we go.
Yeah.
Cole Sailyard's had a great night tonight. He's got an interception for a touchdown. Straight back. Ooh, losing
There's
ground.
the holding.
Giving ground.
It's all for naught. It was a holding penalty.
They tackle him well short of a first down, and he
Number
goes out of
50.
bounds. Coach McKay is indicating they want to take that penalty with 1:31 left.
Not sure which.
Instead of the loss of down. Let's see where it ends up.
The penalty happened on the 45, so it'll be 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. I don't think it's 10 yards from.
It's declined? No, he's moving them back. Yeah. Oh boy.
Number 50, Joe Arena.
Oh boy. All the way back to the Hiller 35. The Hillers are ready to go. But they've got 3rd and 26.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah. So
that-
hope, and the clock's running. 1:19 to go. 1:18.
Oh, they started it up. Wow. He's going to go short. He wants to go short. Now he lets it go. Tough play.
And it's
Intercepted.
picked off.
Intercepted. Who got it?
I think it was Molesky. Let's see.
It was.
Andrew Molesky.
What a night he's had, and he caps it with a pick. Tight defense.
Yeah, that play was never going to go. It wasn't going anywhere, really. But good read by Molesky, good coverage.
Yeah, whichever boy wants it the most gets it,
Yeah.
He had the little inside position, and he took advantage. What a night. What a night he's had on defense. And he even carried the ball once.
So
1:06 to go, Ashland ball, 28-13. We'll see if the Hillers use their timeouts or if we're just going to have a couple of snaps and end this one.
So it's not Thanksgiving, but this is a huge, huge win in this rivalry. And it makes you wonder what else this team can do. 2-0 on the season, Bob.
Wow.
They face Holliston soon.
We have a home game next Saturday afternoon. I think it's an afternoon game on April 3rd.
It is. It's
At
against,
1 o'clock.
Yep, against Holliston, the
Okay.
Panthers.
And then there's another home game later on in April.
I'm only looking to next week. I'm not looking.
Yeah, you're not
beyond.
looking ahead. Yeah.
One week at a time.
1 week at a time. Excellent. They hand off. He breaks it inside, and he gets a good gain.
Interesting play call when you can run out the clock, and I'm just wondering if it's because it's such a limited season and you kind of want to stick it to your rivals.
Well, I think they wanted to discourage the Hillers from using timeouts. And they're not using timeouts.
Yeah, that'll do it. So they'll just take the knee.
So we got 2 knees, and the game's over. Now they do take the knee. And that's it. It's all over at Cunis Field. The clock runs out here. The final score is Ashland 28 and Hopkinton 13. This is a game, Rob.
It was. It was an exciting first half for both teams. Second half, it's just exciting for Ashland.
It was 14-13 at halftime. Clocker scored all the second half points to win it 28-13.
Hopkinton barely had any yards on the ground. A lot of backwards yards because of penalties, and Ashland just...
You got to give credit to the Ashland line tonight.
Yeah.
They could not run the ball. They could not run the ball against the Ashland defense.
You know, and it wasn't just one person. Molesky, as you pointed out, did a great job on defense, and we had, Dylan Drozek was just incredible. Three deflected passes, I think. Had a sack.
Harding was a rock in the middle, clogging everything up. And, the quarterback combo worked perfectly, I'd have to say, tonight. Luke taking in the final one himself.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns by Frank. Now, one of the things I like to do, and this is part of the way I honor my son Jake, we used to give out the silver medals at the end of the basketball games when we'd announce together. So I still like to do that, and I'm thinking tonight, though, on offense, we should give one on offense and defense. But on offense, I think I was thinking, you know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we might have to split it between Frink and Herder.
Yeah.
Split it right down the middle. We'll give out 2 tonight because on defense, I think we have to give. Start with Frank. He had that 34-yard touchdown run. He caught the pass for a touchdown.
Yep.
And was just incremental in breaking the game open. And Herder on the quarterback keeper and the initial pass to Dollaway to open the scoring on that dart from 50 yards out.
To get things going.
Exactly. And then on defense, Dylan Drozek and Andrew Molesky, I think, have to share the silver medal as well.
Good choices. Very good choices.
Yeah, so shout out to all of them. Just a great game all around, though. But those 2 stood out. Like we talked about it. 2 deflected passes and 4 downs on Drozek, and that was from a key field position and a huge stop.
And they asked John Giglia to do a lot of things tonight, and they asked Matt Needle to do a lot of things tonight, and they came through big time.
Yeah, Giglia.
Punting, kicking, kickoffs, place kicking.
Yeah.
And they did a great job. And Eddie Lopez, the big spark.
Consistent, always.
Yep, tough.
Good job.
Great ball protection.
Yep.
That's his hallmark. And the Clockers come away with a really nice win tonight at Bill Cunis Field. The final score for the final time is Ashland 28 and Hopkinton 13. Our thanks to our great sponsors.
Technoplex Flexibles and Marathon Deli.
And they've been with us all season, and they sponsor all kinds of Ashland sports right here at WACA-TV, and we thank them. Ashland High School sports exclusively on WACA-TV. So we're going to say good night for Rob Silver. I'm Bob Thacker. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Techniplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-4600. 1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.